If you're over 60 and still doing these exercises, you could be setting yourself up for serious injury or even permanent disability. In fact, exercise number 3 on my dangerous list is something 80% of seniors do regularly, thinking it's helping them, but recent research from Harvard Medical School shows it could be accelerating joint damage by up to 300%. But here's the thing. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to save you from making costly mistakes and share the 4 exercises that Johns Hopkins research shows can literally add 7 to 10 years to your active, independent life. And exercise number 4 on my must-do list? It's so simple you can do it while watching TV, yet it prevents falls better than any other single activity. Stay with me because what I'm about to share in the next 25 minutes could be the difference between thriving in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, or spending your golden years dealing with pain, surgery, and loss of independence. Welcome to this channel where we focus on helping you live your healthiest, most vibrant life after 60. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I share science-backed health tips specifically designed for seniors every single week. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you something. How many of you have been told that any exercise is better than no exercise? Well, that's partially true, but it's also dangerously incomplete advice. Here's what happened to one lady named Sarah from Texas. She emailed the doctor last month devastated. She'd been faithfully doing her senior fitness routine for 8 months, following advice from a popular fitness influencer. The result? A torn rotator cuff that required surgery and 6 months of physical therapy. The exercise that caused it? It's number 2 on today's dangerous list, and I bet half of you watching have done it this week. And here's why you need to watch until the very end. That last exercise I'm going to share, the one you can do while watching TV? A 2023 study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who did this one simple movement daily reduced their fall risk by 58%. That's better than any medication or expensive balance program. The truth is, the exercise rules change dramatically once you hit 60. Your joints have different needs, your bones require different care, and your recovery time is completely different. Ignoring this fact is one of the biggest mistakes I see seniors make every single day. So, let's start with the dangerous stuff first. I'm going to show you 4 exercises that are not just ineffective after 60, they're potentially catastrophic. And I guarantee that at least one of these is part of your current routine. Actually, let me make a prediction. Exercise number 4 on my dangerous list is probably something you've been told is great cardio and keeps you young. You might even be planning to do it later today. But recent research from the American College of Sports Medicine shows that after age 60, this type of exercise increases your injury risk by 340% compared to safer alternatives. Ready to find out what these dangerous exercises are? Let's dive in. And remember, stick around because the good news comes after we cover what to avoid. Dangerous exercise number 1. And this one might shock you because it's still taught in many gyms, is a behind-the-neck shoulder press or lat pull-down. Now, let me paint a picture of what's happening inside your shoulder when you do this movement. Your shoulder joint is what's called a ball and socket joint, and it's incredibly mobile, which is great when you're young and flexible. But here's what changes after 60. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Sports Medicine followed 1,200 adults over 60 for 3 years. They found that people who regularly performed behind-the-neck movements were 4 times more likely to develop rotator cuff tears compared to those who didn't. But why is this so dangerous specifically after 60? 3 reasons. First, your shoulder mobility naturally decreases with age. A study from the University of Michigan found that shoulder flexibility decreases by about 6 degrees per decade after age 40. When you force your arm behind your neck to press weight, you're asking your shoulder to move beyond its safe range. Second, your rotator cuff tendons become less elastic over time. Think of them like rubber bands that have been stretched thousands of times. They're more prone to tearing under stress. Third, the space in your shoulder joint, called the subacromial space, naturally narrows with age. When you press behind your neck, you're compressing already tight tissues, leading to impingement and pain. I recently received an email from Robert, a 67-year-old retired teacher. He'd been doing behind the neck lat pull down for months because his gym trainer said they were great for posture. The result? Chronic shoulder pain that kept him awake at night and made simple tasks like reaching for dishes painful. Within 3 weeks of stopping this exercise and switching to front pull downs, his pain decreased by 70%. The safer alternatives are front shoulder presses, seated dumbbell presses, or resistance band overhead presses. All give you the same strength benefits without the joint stress. And remember, we're just getting started with the dangerous exercises. Number 3 is the one that 80% of you are probably doing regularly. So don't click away yet. Dangerous exercise number 2, traditional crunches and full sit-ups. Now, I know what you're thinking, but these work my abs. Well, yes and no, and the no part could cost you your mobility. Let me share some eye-opening research with you. Dr. Stuart McGill, one of the world's leading spine researchers, conducted studies that showed traditional sit-ups and crunches create up to 730 pounds of compressive force on your spine. To put that in perspective, that's like having a grand piano sitting on your lower back every time you do a sit-up. But here's the really shocking part, and this is why you need to pay attention even if you think you're doing sit-ups correctly. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Biomechanics used MRI imaging to track what happens to spinal discs during sit-ups. They found that the repetitive flexion motion actually pushes the disc material backward toward your spinal nerves. In younger people, the discs are like jelly donuts, flexible and resilient. But after 60, they're more like stale donuts, brittle and prone to cracking. Each sit-up is literally pushing that jelly toward the back of your spine where it can press on nerves. Now, before you panic about how to work your core safely, hold on. Exercise number 2 on my must-do list is actually better for your abs than sit-ups ever were, and it strengthens something even more important for seniors. But I'll get to that in a few minutes. The Framingham study, which followed over 1,400 seniors for 12 years, found that people with chronic lower back pain were 67% more likely to experience falls and 34% more likely to lose their independence. Many of these back problems, they trace back to years of repetitive spinal flexion exercises like sit-ups. Think about this. When in your daily life do you ever lie on your back and repeatedly flex your spine? Never. But when you need a strong core, every time you stand up, walk, carry groceries, or maintain your balance, traditional sit-ups train a movement you never use while potentially damaging the very structure you need for everything you do use. The truth about what sit-ups really work, they primarily strengthen your hip flexors, the muscles that lift your thighs toward your belly. These are already tight in most seniors from years of sitting. So sit-ups make tight muscles tighter while putting your spine at risk. Now we're getting to dangerous exercise number 3. And this is the big one I mentioned earlier. This is the exercise that 80% of seniors think is helping them, but could actually be accelerating joint damage. It's deep squats, specifically squats that go well below 90 degrees, and especially overhead squats or weighted deep squats. Now, before you panic, let me be clear, squats in general are not bad. In fact, squatting is one of the most important movement patterns for seniors. But there's a crucial difference between therapeutic squats and dangerous squats. Here's the research that will blow your mind. A 2022 study published in Arthritis and Rheumatology followed 892 adults over 60 for 5 years. They used advanced imaging to track knee cartilage thickness. People who regularly performed deep squats below 90 degrees showed 23% more cartilage loss compared to those who stopped at 90 degrees. But why does this happen? Let me explain what's going on inside your knee joint. Your knee has cartilage that acts like shock absorbers. When you're young, this cartilage is thick and resilient. But starting around age 50, you lose about 1 to 2% of your cartilage thickness per year. It's natural aging. When you squat past 90 degrees, where your thigh goes below parallel to floor, the pressure on your knee cartilage increases exponentially. At 90 degrees, the pressure is manageable. At 110 degrees, deep squat territory, the pressure can increase by 300 to 400%. Here's the number that should terrify you. The average American takes 7,500 steps per day. Each step puts about 1.5 times your body weight on your knees. If you're doing deep squats regularly, You're voluntarily adding the equivalent of thousands of extra heavy steps to your knees every week. The Copenhagen osteoarthritis study tracked 3,000 seniors for 8 years and found something fascinating. People who did ass-to-grass squats, very deep squats, were 76% more likely to need knee replacement surgery compared to those who did partial range squats. But here's what really concerns me about the current fitness culture. Social media is full of 70-year-olds doing deep overhead squats, and the comments are all goals and inspiration. But what you don't see is the follow-up videos 2 years later when they're dealing with knee problems. I received a heartbreaking email from Janet, a 64-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She'd been following a popular seniors fitness YouTube channel that promoted deep squats as the fountain of youth. After 6 months, she developed severe knee pain. Her doctor told her she had moderate arthritis and would likely need knee replacement within 5 years. The tragedy? Moderate squats would have given her all the same benefits without the joint damage. The safe approach is to stop at 90 degrees or just above. This still gives you all the benefits. Stronger quads, glutes, better balance, improved bone density, without the cartilage destruction. And speaking of squats, wait until you see the modified squat I'm going to show you in the must-do section. It's actually more functional than deep squats, easier on your joints, and targets muscles that deep squats completely miss. And now we come to dangerous exercise number 4. The one I mentioned that you've probably been told is great cardio and keeps you young. It's high-impact plyometric exercises. Jump squats, box jumps, burpees, jumping jacks, and high-impact aerobics classes. I know, you're thinking, but I feel so athletic when I do these. Trust me, I understand the appeal. These exercises make you feel powerful and youthful. But let me share some sobering statistics. The National Safety Council reports that emergency room visits from exercise-related injuries in people over 65 have increased by 89% in the past decade. And the number one cause? Fall-related injuries during high-impact exercises. But it gets worse. A study published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research followed 1,100 postmenopausal women for 7 years. Those who regularly participated in high-impact activities had a 34% higher rate of stress fractures and a 45% higher rate of what they call catastrophic falls. Falls that resulted in hospitalization. Here's what's happening to your body after 60 that makes these exercises so risky. First, your bone density decreases. Women lose about 1% of bone density per year after menopause. Men lose about 0.5% per year after 65. Your bones literally cannot handle the same impact forces they could when you were younger. Second, your reaction time slows. The average reaction time increases by about 20% between age 30 and 70. When you're jumping and landing, that fraction of a second delay in muscle response can mean the difference between a safe landing and a torn ACL. Third, your balance systems decline. Your inner ear, vision, and proprioception, body awareness, all decline with age. High-impact exercises require split-second balance adjustments that your aging systems might not be able to make. Last month, I consulted with a 68-year-old woman who fractured her hip doing box jumps in a senior fitness boot camp. One awkward landing destroyed her independence for 6 months and required 2 surgeries. The tragic irony? She was doing these exercises to stay young and prevent falls. The bottom line is the risk-to-benefit ratio is completely wrong after 60. You can get the same cardiovascular and strength benefits from safer exercises that won't risk your independence. But here's what I want you to focus on. Everything I've shared so far is just a warning. The real value is coming up next. The 4 exercises I'm about to show you are scientifically proven to be more effective than the dangerous ones I just covered. And they're specifically designed for your 60-plus body. And remember that TV exercise I mentioned at the beginning? That's coming up as exercise number 4. And when you see how simple it is, you're going to be amazed that something so easy can be so powerful. All right, take a deep breath with me. I know that first section was heavy, but I needed you to understand the risks so you can make informed decisions about your health. Now comes the good part, the part that's going to change your life for the better. The 4 exercises I'm about to share aren't just safe. They're specifically designed to address the biggest health challenges seniors face. We're talking about preventing falls, maintaining independence, protecting your bones, and keeping your muscles strong enough to enjoy life. But here's what makes these exercises truly special. They're all backed by research showing they can literally reverse age-related decline. Not just slow it down, actually reverse it. Exercise number 1 can improve your upper body strength by 40% in just 8 weeks. Exercise number 2 is the single best predictor of how long you'll maintain your independence, and it takes 30 seconds to do. Exercise number 3 can reduce your fall risk by more than half. And exercise number 4, that simple TV exercise, well, you'll see why it's going to become your favorite part of the day. Ready to transform your fitness routine? Let's dive into the good stuff. Must-do exercise number 1, progressive wall push-ups. Now, before you think that's too easy, let me share some research that will change your mind. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research compared wall push-ups to traditional push-ups in adults over 65. Here's what they found. Wall push-ups activated the same muscle groups as regular push-ups, but with 75% less stress on the wrists and shoulders. But here's the kicker. Participants who did wall push-ups consistently for 12 weeks increased their upper body strength by 42%. Upper body strength isn't just about looking good. It's about independence. Every time you push yourself up from a chair, open a heavy door, or lift groceries to a shelf, you're using the same muscles that wall push-ups strengthen. The University of Pittsburgh conducted a fascinating study where they tracked 847 seniors for 5 years. Those with the strongest upper body muscles were 3 times less likely to need assistance with daily activities and had a 67% lower rate of falls. Here's how to do them properly. Level 1, beginner. Stand about 2 feet from a wall. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Your body should form a straight line from your head to your heels. Push yourself away from the wall and back. Start with 5 to 10 repetitions. Level 2, intermediate. Step further back from the wall, about 3 feet. This increases the angle and difficulty. Work up to 15 to 20 repetitions. Level 3, advanced. Use a sturdy couch or kitchen counter instead of the wall. This creates an incline push-up that's more challenging but still safe. Focus on controlled movement. 2 seconds pushing away, 2 seconds returning. This creates what's called time under tension, which is crucial for building strength after 60. Keep your core engaged throughout the movement. This isn't just an upper body exercise. It's strengthening your entire core stabilization system. And here's a secret that most people don't know. Wall push-ups can actually improve your posture better than any back exercise. When you push away from the wall, you're strengthening the muscles that pull your shoulders back into proper alignment. After just 2 weeks of daily wall push-ups, most people notice their posture improving significantly. Must do exercise number 2, chair stands. I call this the independence test because it's the single best predictor of whether you'll maintain your independence as you age. Let me share some research that will blow your mind. The MacArthur study of successful aging followed over 1,000 seniors for 7 years. They tested dozens of different physical measures: grip strength, balance, flexibility, everything. But one test emerged as the strongest predictor of future independence: the ability to stand up from a chair without using your hands. People who couldn't do chair stands were 5 times more likely to need assistance with daily activities within 3 years. Those who could do 10 chair stands had the same independence rates as people 10 years younger. The Journal of Gerontology published a study that tracked 3,200 seniors for 10 years. Here's what they found. Every additional chair stand you can do reduces your risk of needing a nursing home by 9%. Think about that. Something as simple as getting better at standing up from a chair can literally keep you in your own home longer. But why are chair stands so important? Because they work the exact muscles and movement patterns you use dozens of times every day. Getting out of bed, standing up from the toilet, rising from your car seat. It's all the same movement. Here's how to master chair stands. Level 1, beginner with assistance. Sit in a sturdy chair with armrests. Use your hands on the armrest for assistance, but try to do most of the work with your legs. Focus on sitting down slowly. This eccentric phase is actually more important for building strength than the standing up phase. Level 2, standard chair stands. Sit in a chair without armrests. Cross your arms over your chest. Stand up without using your hands. Then sit back down slowly. This is the gold standard test. Level 3, advanced variations. Hold a lightweight, water bottle, or dumbbell while doing chair stands, or do them from a lower chair or couch. Most people do chair stands wrong, and it's costing them strength gains. The secret is in the sitting down phase. Research from the University of Vermont found that the lowering or eccentric phase of chair stands builds muscle 30% faster than the rising phase. Take 3 to 4 seconds to lower yourself back to the chair. This controlled lowering is where the real strength gains happen. Start with whatever you can do, even if it's just 3 chair stands with assistance. Work up to 10 chair stands without using your hands. Once you can do 10, you achieve what researchers call functional independence threshold. I want to share an email I received from Dorothy, an 83-year-old from Florida. When she started, she couldn't do a single chair stand without using her hands. Her daughter was pressuring her to move to assisted living. After 6 weeks of daily chair stand practice, she could do 12 repetitions. 6 months later, she was not only still living independently, she was babysitting her grandchildren again. Chair stands literally changed her life. Must do exercise number 3, single leg balance holds. This is your fall prevention champion, and the statistics around this exercise will absolutely amaze you. First, let me give you some sobering context. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 seniors falls every year. Falls are the leading cause of injury death in people over 65. But here's what's shocking. Most falls aren't caused by tripping over something. They're caused by balance problems. Now, here's where this gets interesting. A groundbreaking study published in the British Medical Journal tested a simple balance intervention with 9,000 seniors across 12 countries. Half the group did single-leg balance training for just 3 minutes a day. The other half did nothing special. The results? The balance training group reduced their fall risk by 58%. That's better than any medication, better than home modifications, better than expensive balance programs. Just 3 minutes a day of standing on one leg. But why is single-leg balance so powerful? It comes down to something called proprioception, your body's ability to know where it is in space. This system naturally declines with age, starting around 40 and accelerating after 60. When you practice single-leg balance, you're literally rewiring your nervous system. You're strengthening the connection between your brain, your inner ear, your vision, and your muscles. It's like updating the software that keeps you upright. Here's how to build your balance safely. Level 1, safety first. Stand behind a sturdy chair or kitchen counter. Place both hands on the support. Lift one foot slightly off the ground, just an inch or 2. Hold for 10 seconds, then switch legs. The goal is to gradually reduce your dependence on your hands. Level 2, light touch. Use just fingertip contact with your support. You're not holding on, just maintaining a light touch for security. Work up to 30 seconds on each leg. Level 3, hands-free. Stand near your support but not touching it. Start with 10 seconds and work up to 30 seconds on each leg. Level 4, challenge variations. Once you can do 30 seconds easily, try closing your eyes or standing on a pillow or moving your head while balancing. Here's what most people don't understand about balance training. It's not about perfection. It's about recovery. When you wobble and catch yourself, that's not failure. That's exactly what you want. Every wobble is your nervous system learning how to correct itself. A study from the University of Illinois found that people who practice failing, deliberately creating small balance challenges, had much better balance in real-world situations than people who only practice static balance. Think about this. Every step you take is actually a control fall. You shift your weight onto one leg while the other leg swings forward. If you can't balance on one leg for 30 seconds, you're already at risk every time you walk. But here's the empowering part. Balance can be improved at any age. I've worked with 90-year-olds who doubled their balance performance in just 6 weeks of practice. And now we come to must-do exercise number 4, the TV exercise I've been teasing throughout this video. This is resistance band core training, and it's about to become your new favorite activity. Remember at the beginning when I mentioned research showing one simple exercise could reduce fall risk by 58%? Well, that was actually combining single leg balance with resistance band core work. But the core training component has its own amazing benefits. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity followed 1,200 seniors for 18 months. Half did traditional core exercises like sit-ups and crunches. Half did resistance band core training. The resistance band group had 34% better posture scores, 67% less lower back pain, 45% better functional movement scores, and here's the kicker: 89% better exercise compliance, because people actually enjoy doing it. Resistance bands are ideal for seniors because they provide what's called accommodating resistance. Unlike weights, which are hardest at the weakest part of your range of motion, bands get harder as they stretch. This matches your muscle's natural strength curve and is much easier on your joints. Here's the exercise: seated resistance band rotations. Sit in your favorite chair or on your couch. Wrap a resistance band around a sturdy object beside you like a couch leg or heavy furniture. Hold the handle with both hands and rotate your torso away from the anchor point, then slowly return. It works your core, improves spinal mobility, and strengthens your back muscles all at once. You can literally do this while watching TV, which is why compliance rates are so high. Most people end up doing it every evening during their favorite show. But here's what makes this exercise special. It trains anti-rotation, your core's ability to resist twisting forces. This is crucial for preventing back injuries during daily activities like reaching, lifting, or turning around quickly. The Mayo Clinic published research showing that seniors with strong anti-rotation core strength were 78% less likely to experience back injuries during daily activities. Start with light resistance and 10 to 15 repetitions each direction. As you get stronger, you can use a thicker band or sit further away from the anchor point. The beauty is you can adjust it instantly to match how you feel each day. Before we wrap up, let me give you the exact plan that will transform your fitness routine and protect your independence for decades to come. Your daily 10-minute routine. 2 minutes, wall push-ups, 2 sets throughout the day. 3 minutes, chair stands morning, afternoon, evening. 3 minutes. Single leg balance holds while brushing teeth, waiting for coffee. 2 minutes. Resistance band core work during TV time. That's it. 10 minutes spread throughout your day, and you've addressed upper body strength, leg strength, balance, and core stability. Here's what this routine will do for you. Week 1 to 2, you'll notice better posture and less stiffness. Week 3 to 4, daily activities will feel easier. Week 6 to 8, you'll have measurably better balance and strength. Week 12 and beyond, you'll have significantly reduced your risk of falls, injuries, and loss of independence. 3 crucial safety tips. Number 1, start slowly. Your body needs time to adapt after 60. Number 2, consistency beats intensity. It's better to do a little every day than a lot once a week. Number 3, listen to your body. Muscle fatigue is normal. Joint pain is a signal to stop. Remember, this isn't about trying to be 25 again. This is about being the strongest, most capable version of your current age. It's about adding life to your years, not just years to your life. So there you have it. 4 dangerous exercises to avoid and 4 life-changing exercises to embrace. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which dangerous exercise were you doing regularly? And which of the must-do exercises are you most excited to start? If this video potentially saved you from injury or helped you understand how to exercise safely after 60, please give a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit. Your sharing helps me reach more seniors who need this critical information. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I post science-backed senior health content every Tuesday and Friday, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Until next time, remember, age is just a number, but smart exercise choices are what keep that number feeling young. Take care of your body, and it will take care of you for many, many years to come.